Hey everyone, it's Carolyn Edlund. I'm the founder of Artsy Shark. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're interested in the business of art, you will find lots of videos here on that topic. So please consider subscribing and give this video a thumbs up if you find it valuable. I want to talk quickly today about communication, communicating with your audience, with your potential collectors, or with anyone as an artist, and communicating clearly. I'm a huge fan of plain speaking, telling people things so that they can easily understand what you do. And let me give you an example. I have a brother who works in Silicon Valley, and at one point I asked him, "What is this job that you're doing there?" And what he told me was so confusing and so technical that I felt that I simply couldn't understand. And I felt kind of stupid, like, well, I guess that's beyond me. If you explain things to people in a complex way that they won't easily understand, they're going to feel the same way. They'll be like, lithography and Talia, what is all of this? I don't understand it. And they are not likely to say, "Oh, that sounds interesting, explain it further." They're more interested in saying, "Let's move on because I don't even get what this person is telling me." I've seen so many artists who will create an artist statement that is just a bunch of gobbledygook of complex ideas and long sentences, and I have no idea what they're saying. So that's one place where you could definitely simplify, but just simply in what you tell people. And in order for you as a business person to communicate quickly and efficiently, I suggest that you have a couple of forms of collateral or a couple of different ways of describing what you do, starting with something very, very simple. So let's think about like an elevator speech. If you had 15 seconds to tell me in an elevator what it is that you do so that I would totally get it very, very simply, that's a good start. And then if we had longer time to talk, let's say we met each other at a cocktail party and I was interested in what you do, you could get into some more details and flesh that out, which of course you know because this is something that you do. And then if we had a couple of hours and I was very interested in interviewing you or speaking with you in depth, or I was interested in acquiring something that you made, you might go into some more detailed and more technical descriptions of your process, of your materials, about your inspiration, and so forth. And so we're going to have different degrees of complexity. However, when you're first speaking with someone, or if you don't have a lot of time and a strongly interested person, you need to start at the level where they can immediately take it in. So, for example, when I write an article for artists, I'm writing on an 8th or 9th grade level. And I feel that this is actually respectful to the reader so that they can grasp what I'm saying without looking things up in the dictionary or feeling like they're getting lost and just losing interest and leaving. Because it's important that people understand things efficiently, that it's very clear, lots of clarity, and also focus on speaking to them in terms of themselves. So how could this resonate, or how could they relate to what you're saying? So for example, my particular elevator speech would be, "My name is Carolyn Edlund, and I work with visual artists to understand how better to start and run successful small businesses." That's about 10 seconds. And that's how I would start. And I bet you get what I'm saying. Visual artists, small business, I'm helping them understand how to run them. And then we could get more complex from there. So I would ask you to work on descriptions that are very straightforward, lots of plain speaking, in a simplified way, a little bit more fleshed out, and then a more complex way. You might share a more detailed way on your website, for example, with several paragraphs about what you do. But always respect the listener so that you have them in a position where they can easily understand what you're saying and they can easily want to learn more instead of being turned off and losing track of what you're doing and just going elsewhere, where they can talk to another person who is doing some plain speaking. So that's my thought for today. And now I'm going to go and speak to my brother and find out what it is that he really does.